back. So, I'm in a bit of a recording mood. And I wanted to address a video that I did a few months ago. It's called, I believe it's titled, If a Man is Homophobic and Transphobic, Does This Also Mean That He Hates Women, right? So, before we get started, just know that I am a little tired, but bear with me as I try to speak coherently as to what, I meant in a few of the points that I made in that particular video, right? Because I do feel like I was a little bit all over the place, a little too academic with my thinking or a little bit too long-winded for your typical like everyday Joe to understand what I was trying to say, right? There were a few comments, and it wasn't even that many, but there were people who were kind of confused. Then there were people who actually agreed with me, and they were like, "Oh, you're shaking the table." But basically, there is a term. It's a term. It's called misogyny, right? And misogyny is an inherent prejudice, or let's actually read the definition, y'all. Since you know, hold on. Shout out to Wendy. So, misogyny is a dislike of contempt for or ingrained prejudice against women. Okay. Now, in that video, I was just stating how the point of that video was to basically pose a question. If you have a cisgender, cishet man, or a regular, degular old man in layman's terms, because some people still don't understand what cisgender means, right? You have a man who identifies as straight, right? And he may potentially be homophobic or transphobic, right? Oftentimes, what I was getting at is that oftentimes those men also are misogynistic in their thinking, right? Now, it's one thing for you to be attracted to a woman, right? You could be attracted physically or sexually, to someone all day long. But do you actually have the ability to see a woman as an equal, right? Do you believe in uplifting women? Are you trying to utilize your male privilege over women in certain instances, which I think a lot of men are not always aware that they do that sometimes. And I think sometimes when we are, I don't want to say called out, but yeah, when we're probably called out or challenged about certain biases or biases that we may have, right? It's hard for us to think like, oh my God, wait, so you're saying if I don't like the gays or trans people that I also hate women? But my particular opinion or my particular view of that is that oftentimes when it comes to what women deal with and with native born women deal with and what LGBTQ, particularly femme or feminine identifying individuals or feminine presenting individuals, that could be a feminine gay male, it could be a trans woman, it could be a feminine non-binary person, right? um Oftentimes if there's a discomfort with women, or if there's a discomfort with LGBTQ people, follow what I'm saying. That often also alludes to misogyny, right? So if someone, I'm all over the place, but if someone has this discomfort with people who are gay, right? Which goes to homophobia, right? And also discomfort with transgender people, right? They tend to become very irate, very angry, very like, I'm against that. I'm against this, and they make it a point to do that all the time. Or if they just have just this overall like bothered energy about people like that, they also tend to not really be down for women, not be down for women's rights, not be down for women climbing, the corporate ladder, or climbing that financial ladder and breaking the glass ceiling and things like that, right? That's the point of that video, right? So it literally was just a question of, hey, if someone is transphobic and homophobic, does it also mean that they hate women? And I also used an example of one of the hosts from Catfish, where she made a point to say that, she won't, if she finds that a man is homophobic and transphobic, she will not date him, because that also means that he potentially just has an issue with women as well. So she was like, me being a cisgender woman, or me being a woman, she was all like, I don't support that type of behavior, because if he feels that way towards, you know, LGBTQ people, and he has all these things that he just doesn't support and he doesn't believe, right? Because he ties us to his morals and stuff like that. That doesn't align with me as a woman because I'm still a woman as well, right? And in a way, I believe what she was trying to say is that, that femphobia is a real thing. And I think that men, like I said earlier, it's one thing for you to be sexually attracted to someone, right? But there are men who are literally attracted to women and they also have issues with women. They have a disdain for women. Like I see it all the time where I see men who get online, and you even see that these days now with a lot of the black content that's out. Unfortunately, I'm gonna call it out because I do feel like maybe it's because that's the content that I see a lot. But on the social medias now, we live in an age where there's this fucking, ooh, sorry YouTube for my language, child, but there's this gender war. There's a gender war within the black community, in this community, where you see it play out online through these various podcasts where it's this, oh, I don't like black women. Black women are this. Black women are not pretty. Black women are overweight. Black women talk too much. Black women is, and then you have black women fighting back. Oh, we don't like black men. You guys are this. You guys are that. Oh, we choose white girls over you because of this. Like literally a few months ago, I saw a video. It was a TikTok where this guy, and actually I didn't even see it. I saw like a post about it, and I decided not to watch the full thing because I was like, I'm so sick of this content coming out. Like this red pill content is just so toxic for us. It really is. I don't really see the benefit of it. I think it's very toxic for the black community, but that's another conversation for another day because it's a mess. But in that particular TikTok, and I think I read an article about it too. There was this man, this black man, and not even it, this black man. Sorry, I'm getting a little like worked up about it because it was so agitating. But basically, he made a video talking about how he's so tired of American women in general and how he's looking for foreign women overseas. Where are we? Oh, we're only 7 minutes in. He's looking for foreign women overseas now and how he's tired of American women, right? And now in my head, I'm kind of like, okay, is this geared just towards black women or just all American women, right? And basically, what he's saying is that he wants to go and, go overseas to get a woman who's foreign because they listen more and so forth. And what I see with videos and rhetoric like this is that it's this constant thing with men to dominate and control and not be challenged. And I just think when men get to a place where they understand that there's something there that's not healthy. Like there's a reason why you don't have, a lot of long lasting relationships with women. Like you might sleep with a woman, you might bag one every, here and there or whatever. But there's a reason why you are not finding success. There's a reason why no one wants to date you. Like when you speak and do things like this and you act like this and you come at women like they owe you something, or you really have this inherent thing where you probably been rejected by women a lot, probably in high school or something like that, and now in your adulthood you're making it a point to terrorize every woman because of one woman who broke your heart, or one girl when you were in high school who broke your heart or whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy to me where we are. So I made this video just to give y'all more of an explanation on that. I won't explain it anymore. This was my stab at it, so if it wasn't good enough, hey, take it or leave it. If you did like this video and you understood where I was going with that and you understood the point that I made, feel free to give me a like, share, comment, subscribe about your thoughts on this topic. Even if you disagree, you can disagree. Keep it respectful though, because some people tend to get disrespectful. And even the comments who disagreed on the other video, they weren't disrespectful about it. I can handle people disagreeing. This is all conversation, right? But I don't know. I just feel like we're so divided. And it's just, when it comes to gender as well, I think that people forget how old of a construct gender is. It goes further back than race. Race is like newer when it comes to social constructs, right? When we look at history and things like that, race is something that was honestly formulated, right? That's my gender studies coming out. Critical race theory, stuff like that, child. But gender, I just think that we still have a ways to go, even when it comes to gender. And this is outside of LGBTQ non-binary. This is outside of that. When it comes to gender of male and female and that gender war that's always going on. right? It's so aggravating. And I just feel like some men, I'm not going to say all, let me make that clear. I cannot generalize all men, and that's not what I'm doing with this video. I don't think all men are this way, right? I don't think all black men are this way as well. I don't. But when I'm seeing these conversations occur, it's just putting me in a place where it's like everyone's just fighting all day, and there just needs to be understanding. And I do think that people want to gain understanding, but I also think that people have their opinion. And what we're seeing now is that everyone is so driven by their opinion, and everyone believes that they're right? But there are some things that are just fucking wrong. Um, and I just think that women, particularly cis women, and I'm a trans woman, I'm still a woman, right? But women overall have it really hard out here, and I'm not making. Let me stop right there because this could go on all night. But what I'm saying is that I just think that there needs to be more understanding, and I think this is why now women are having these conversations and having the strength and courage to even talk about these particular things and challenge men in that regard. For me, um, I like to have these challenging conversations. So yeah, there you have it. That's just some tidbits I wanted to give you on that particular video. So maybe I'll title this a part two. I don't know. I don't know what I'll title this video, but if you enjoyed it, once again, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let me know if you want me to chat about anything else. Thank you so much for tuning in.